Oh yeah, I dig love. Hey folks, what's up? Man, I'll tell you what, busy days as I get everything back up here and you got to hit all the buttons. Y'all know this. So what's up? Good to see you. Nothing missing, nothing broken in our lives. Favor aboundingness and be of service to others and happy birthday and anniversary. Mine's on Friday, so anniversary. So good to see everyone. Hump day, middle of the week for some. I don't know. Time is all relevant. And I think I got everything. I mean, it is hectic here in our neighborhood. And yesterday I just like hit a wall. You ever hit a wall? I mean, it was tough. Truth Seeker, what's up? Good to see you and Lost in Space. What's up, brother William and Deborah? What's up, Rob? Good to see you, Miss M. Hello, Street Mom. Brenda, how are you? Good to see you as well. Who else? I saw David Barry. David, we still got the thing going. Yeah, that's a fact. No doubt about it. Got to get you back on, brother. Once I get resettled, we'll make that happen. Lori, what's up? Good to see you as well. Who else? Scotty boy. Didn't see you yesterday. It's missed you. Good to see you, brother. Bernadette, good to see you as well. And Grace and who else am I missing in here? Probably a few other people. Jules, good to see you as well. And original Atman. There we go. I love that handle, brother. Good to see you as well. And Constant, the 51 Project. Good to talk to you as well. So I think I got everybody. Supposed to be on yesterday with Trina and Kaz, but man, I'll tell you, I don't know if it was a psychic attack or what, but it was unusual because, yeah, it was intense. But back in the saddle again, Yeah, isn't that exactly toys in the attic, I'm back in the saddle. Anyway, I digress, folks. What's up with y'all? I trust you're prospering and getting a shout out as well. I got a few people. Gilbert, Farzana, good to see you, dear. Here you are adjusting. I got your email. I owe a lot of people emails, but I just want to let you know I got it. Felipe, good to see you as well. And K-Town, Cosmic Gypsy. I like that handle. That is cool. Odin, good to see you as well. Aerosmith, yep. I didn't give the name there, but y'all know it. Yeah. Queen of Swords, good to see you as well. So interesting times we are in. We kind of come here and we'll continue to do it regularly. Y'all know the moving thing. I read somewhere else that someone else was closing. John, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Julie, good to see you as well. Lori, Emperor Rex, good to see you, brother. Peace, man. I am the peace, man. No. Recently watched the original version of Blazing Saddles. Oh, yeah. We as a species have got to learn to let up a little bit. People are just wound way too tight out there right now. But man, I'm still replaying a couple of scenes in my head. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, and many of you who know the movie probably already in my head as well. Yeah, exactly, Scotty boy. That's what I was thinking. The sheriff scene, as he's coming around and hey, that Gucci, you got to love it. Paul Joe, what's up? Chris, good to see you. Yeah, I'm just saying it's funny as all get out. And yeah, humor today it's so sterilized. We used to have a term back in my youth that, when you met someone who was two-faced, who was, bullshitting you and you knew it, you called them plastic, well, they're just plastic. And I think that's what so much of today, technology in a lot of ways has just contaminated the true nature of humanity. Do you know? Here's an interesting fact, Jackie. Here's one for you. Papa Lee, good to see you as well. S. Lee, what's happening? San Diego, Kansas City got. Okay. I'm going to have to catch up on that one. But here is a little factoid about humans. We're animals. You animal, you. Dirty Little Angels. How everyone, y'all remember that movie? If you don't, then you remember the other one. But humans, we're animals, supposedly the smartest. I don't know about that. I think that could easily be debated. But here is something that is unique about humans. And this one, stop and think about this. Humans are the only animal who commits suicide. Why is that? There's something about when they forced us into this animal kingdom. There are some who are the product of this animal kingdom, and they fit in very well. There are others who were forced into this kingdom. Whether, it's debatable probably if, what type of force was that? I have little vignettes, snippets of, and I don't know, maybe it's just my imagination. It was just my imagination of being forced coming in here before birth. I didn't come willingly. And like I said, that could be clearly, just something my imagination made up, but there are times when it's more real than I care to think about it. But again, Scotty Boy says, and yes, one of the only species that can and do die of a broken heart. It's interesting, Scotty, on that one. I have seen animals, dogs particularly, that seem to mourn the death of their human companion. But you're right. You can literally die of a broken heart. Your heart will stop just like that. But it is interesting, though, isn't it? Because why would a species want to self-exterminate itself? It's what we're facing right now. I know we love being positive here, and it is a positive place to be. But folks, I mean, as the title of this show today is that time is now unless something changes dramatically. We're witnessing a manifestation. And I wrote in the, chat section on highlighting, is this our creation or someone or things creation? Something's manifesting. And wow, if things don't change dramatically, if there isn't an awakening amongst the species that calls themselves Homo sapiens sapiens, wow. 2 years ago, I did a show back on the days with Artists First on the Steiger perspective called The Dark Winter is Coming. I warned everyone what was coming. And it's here. And folks, this is not even the opening act. This is prologue. We haven't even gotten to the opening act. And the opening act, and what brought this on was that I had a conversation recently with an old companion, an associate, friend, colleague, Scott Robinson. Hello, how are you today? Good day to you, sir. Favor in Australia. Absolutely. Anyway, was in politics and was a congressman. And recently we had a chance to chat. You know, folks, when the rats start getting off the ship, means that the shift is coming. Isby, what's happening, brother? Good to see you. Al, Big Al, by the way, Al's got the cards. Thank you, Al. I got the text on that, and they're beautiful. Darlene, how are you, sweetie? Good to see you. We're having a heat wave up here, dear. How about that one, huh? Yeah, no kidding. Supposed to get up like 103. Crap, you know, but it's here. And the thing about it is, in my travels and the souls that I have met in my life, I've learned from many of them. I learn from y'all all the time. And I bet you it is hot and humid down there, isn't it, Darlene? Yeah. Mountain Magic, good to see you. That's interesting, Mountain Magic. He says, I'm assuming he, but I believe that we've been guided to manifest. Yes. There's more wisdom to that than what I think we realize. Crystal Clear, good to see you. Chloe, hi. Miam, good to see you as well. Donan, I think I said I am. What's up? Good to see you. The rats. You're not one of those rats. Yeah, I'm still on the boat, man. You know, I believe that it can be saved. I figure if the rats get out of here, we can always rehab, right? I mean, yeah, you know, was a drywall finisher for a long time, and not a carpenter's in here, and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, we can rebuild the thing. And it's a good thing that the rats are leaving. That's the way I look at it. Grace, good to see you. Yes, Grace. That's so true. Yeah. True. Rick Walker, good to see you as well. So, something is manifesting here. And as I referred back, because over in the Steiger perspective, there was no censorship. And I did save it. It's in the archives. I may post it over on Spreaker. Who knows? Maybe not. I don't know. Hard to say. Hey, Project, what's up, girl? Good to see you. So they warned us years ago, decades ago, in my Christianity, which was really my initiation into the occult. That's what it is. You know why some fail at Christianity? Because they failed the initiation. Very few come out on the other side like I do. Now, when I say few, there are quite a few of us, but, you know, by a percentage of a whole. So, yeah, people say that. I get emails from people saying, so you're saying that you were initiated into the occult because of your Christianity? I wrote back, I said, yeah, that's exactly what I said. You don't need to put words in my mouth. That's exactly what I said. But I digress again. And if you're keeping count, that's number 3, I think. So I learned from one of the master warlocks. That's Kenneth Copeland. He is a master warlock. Don't fool yourself for a second. You may not be a Christian. You may not even know who Kenneth Copeland is, but he is a warlock, powerful one. And he revealed something in one of the classes that I was in. And he said, nothing can be manifested if it's not first manifested in what we call the ethereal, the spiritual realm. And it ties into hermetics, as above, so below, as above. So what I know is what I see about to happen, and it's been confirmed with so many. This is not conspiracy. This is not conjecture. It's here. And what they got planned for us in the opening act is really going to suck. The question is, how long does this play out? Again, unless something dramatically changes, that dark winter is upon us. And so getting back to what Copeland said, it's true. Unless it is thought of, focused in on, concentrated, where the elixir, we know what happens when thought begins to take manifested form of matter. And it can take manifestation in many different forms of matter. But what does happen is that it covers itself over the veil of this reality. So something, and maybe it's been us, has been manifesting something very ugly. Janie, good to see you. You got a story to tell me. All right, in case the shit hits the fan, but who and when? I just know it will help people like us. It's just so unbelievable, yet the truth. What do we do with the truth? It's been on my mind. Yesterday was a really hard day. I mean, whether it was a psychic attack, I mean, I know my energy level. I have great energy level. But something was sucking the crap out of it. And it was a battle there for about 3 hours. It was tough. But getting back to this, so I've been thinking about all the shows that I've done on this, and thank all of you who watched them. I'm going, well, thank you. Thank y'all very much. Maria, good to see you. Like black choppers flying. Yeah. Isn't this interesting? I'll look at the chat here later on the replay. But so who's doing there's a lot of energy it takes to have a war on planet Earth. When one nation goes against another nation, and when humans attack each other, they don't even know, and start killing each other, because that's what humans do. We are an animal, and we do imitate the animal kingdom where killing is concerned. I dare say we probably taught the animal kingdom how to improve killing. We're really good at murder. The animal kingdom doesn't murder. Well, I take that back. There have been incidences where simians have been shown to what we would define as potentially a murder. But I can say that humans take the top prize on that side. So let's get back to this. And again, you don't see the gods in there fighting any war, but it apparently either it's the gods or it's an alien force, it's an alien presence that causes us to shed each other's blood. It causes us to enslave one another. It causes us to inflict pain, insults, words, anything that we can dig at someone. Oh, because we've got our rights. We got our pride. We got our ego. It's what makes us who we are. Well, how dare you offend me? I have the right. I mean, that is the rhetoric, right? Sure it is. So, who's doing this? Who is manifesting what is appearing to be and anticipated to be the single largest slaughter? And I'm going to state this out for it may exceed every war ever fought in chronologues in our species' memory. Fact, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why I know this very personally, I happen to know the mayor of the town in Georgia where these containers are manufactured and who bought them. 5 years ago, it's probably about 5 years ago, I did a show in which I showed you the body containers. There's two sizes, one for adult, one for children. However, if it becomes where it necessitates these, they're called body containers. Each container can hold 6 adults, dead, by the way, or 10 to 12 children. The United States government has deployed over the continuous 48 states, and it appears to be Alaska. You're not out of this. And Hawaii, you're there as well, where there are now deployed over 10 million of these body containers. I mean, this is not fear. This is reality. You know, I wrote in here, you cannot ignore what is being manifested. If you want to turn a blind eye to it, it's at your own peril. Also, and I have this from confirmed sources, there have been deployed mobile crematoriums in virtually every city. Each mobile crematorium has the capacity of basically processing 100 corpses per day. And what's with the state of Montana, I believe, and Idaho's in there as well, with buying guillotines? Is there something we should know about? I mean, I found this one odd. Do you know that there's a company that actually manufactures and builds guillotines? So, what's up? I mean, this is why I find the occult one of those keys, because it's hidden knowledge. And again, who's manifesting this? And by the way, again, this is not sudden. Whatever has been mastering behind this, and maybe it's us, maybe it's these black devices, I don't know. I don't know. But I know this from the studies. And I mean, you can go back and look at all the studies, whether it's John Dee, the Golden Dawn. I mean, you can look at all of it. The Emerald Tablets. I mean, what's happened here? If these writings are what they say they are, then they're only in the hands of a very few who really know how to use it. It would appear most of us are still rank amateurs, barely called initiates, adapts. And what I find so interesting about this quality of individuals is that there's a lot of effort done to keep division. They know if we ever get our shit together, and if we ever really get in unison with one another, regardless of color, creed, religion, social, economic, doesn't matter. If we ever get that, I dare say we will not be in the same universe. That type of unified power would expel us out of this form of reality. Because in this reality, division is one of the hierarchies. I mean, you think about it. Do you die alone? Are you born alone? Were you created alone? Why do they work so hard to keep us separated? Well, I don't like the voice. I don't like how he looks. It's pettiness. And outside, believe it or not, folks, there is this huge gap, this void of spiritual awareness among most humans today. Oh, we like to think that, it's an up and coming movement. It's not. Let's be real. The vast majority of humans today have no desire to know anything about spirituality, the occult. It's far better to allow the machine to anesthetize the mind and the soul. And that's what's happened. It's what technology does. We are by nature tribes people. That's why we form these things, even in the matrix. It's our natural state of being. And so we're adapting to the best that we can. But it's still a battle. Emerald, Eagle, there you go. Yeah, I hadn't gotten that information. I do know that it's written actually in the Idaho law, and I believe Montana is right there, and a number of other states. Oh, I think it's also in DC. It's actually in the law. Guillotines. Do your research. It'll scare the crap out of you. Why? Why would any government want to purchase guillotines? What purpose? I mean, is that insanity? But we're the top of the intelligence here on this planet. Miss the beginning consonant. Well, wait till you hear that one again. But it is the fact, and I'm sitting here, and yesterday was particularly difficult, and it's like sometimes I find myself, it's like you're hovering above this realm, and you get this IMAX type of effect, and it's amazing how the spirit can comprehend just like that. There is no time in the true spirit realm. In the ethereal realm, yes, but not, I think, in the spirit realm. Time doesn't exist. It's outside of time and space. But nevertheless, and then you get this feeling, and I guess it's more of a feeling than a visual, that something's being orchestrated here. And yet something's telling me that it doesn't have to be this way. Now, I don't know what that great awakening will be, because they poisoned. You see, these master crafts, and I don't know if they're people, I don't know, but they know the arts. They know how to manipulate us. I think that's the one thing about our species, is that we're so easily manipulated, so easily. The thing that our species hates to be is boredom. Prison is not so much the containment of an individual as it is so much boredom. Now, if you use those times for when you have containment, you can go inside and you won't be inside anymore. I mean, another time. A trick for a treat. So, Deborah, technical manipulation being used. It's obvious something's being done. And isn't it odd how Homo sapiens, in a way, are such pacifists? We've allowed this. Whatever is manifesting and whatever the agenda is they have for the species, we've allowed it. Oh, we have our little sanctuaries, our little enclaves. The one, I'll tell you what most governments fear are occultists. Christians, Muslims, Jews, the rest of them, no threat. It's all the same thing. But what governments really fear the most are true occultists. Because we come to a point where we may be impacted to a degree on the manipulation, but it's not that extensive. Something pulls us out. Why? Well, because I'm almost convinced that we're making ethereal threads to the other side while we're here. I mean, if you're a medium, if you channel, if you automatically write, if you use tarot, if you use any type of divination, if you conjure, if you command, control, bind, loose, that's a power that becomes, to outsiders, very dangerous. Individuals who learn these techniques. And the problem is, I've known a number that have, and then they become seduced. Inevitably, they're seduced. A warning for us all on that one. So, hey, Robert V, what's up? Good to see you, my friend. We're a wanted breed. That's interesting, Chris. It's odd. They need us. Apparently, whatever the agenda is, that it's reaching a crescendo right now. The psychic energy that they're pulling from us as a species is incredible. And the way that they basically hype this up is put it on steroids is the fear. And fear today is everywhere. I mean, it's freaking on steroids. But that's what they do. And we've fallen for it. And there is a clear spell being cast. I see it. I talked to a group, brilliant men and women, strong coven. They see it as well. Maybe you're seeing it. But we know that there is a spell being cast. And the thing about it is, this spell is not, gee, let me mix some sandalwood and some cinnamon and let me do this. No, that's more alchemy than actually a spell. This is a spell that is of a nature. We've seen it used on us before. And it always results in very bad things to our planet, to us. Usually results in a lot of death. And it appears that the feeders are lining up. It's like there has been the announcement, the banquet doors are about to be opened and the buffet is being prepared. And it's us humans that are on the menu. It seems that they are, with the appetizers and the hors d'oeuvres, feasting off of the fear that is being increased upon this. And from there, they'll divide it out. They have these master chefs. And folks, you can all see it. It's just not me. Watch, listen. And the reason why we have to be aware of this, because I continue to say this, we may very well be the last bastion of the opportunity to make a change, a substantial change. Hello, Belanca. How are you doing, dear? Susie K, good to see you. Who is that? D Oceans? Deep Woo, how are you doing? But it's true. And there are powerful occultists out there. I often wonder, all right, so all the elements are there for this spell to be cast. And folks, the visuals are everywhere. Due to the platform and the everything else, you can't really get into it too much, but what's being displayed This is a spell. You see, when lies are perpetrated as truth, and the truth is put on display as the lies, that's witchcraft. It's of a nature of a witchcraft that is not of wise women. That's what witch is. Now, this is of a nature of a spell. And spells are multi-layered. The ones that are really powerful, that move a whole species. It's here. And so that's why we prepare the best we can, right? Eric, I say, yeah, I agree with you. It's literally black magic. Yes, yeah. I'm convinced. Excuse me. I was talking to my earlier, and what's alive now as human beings are probably the true human beings. You and I are the alien in this scenario. And what we're seeing is more and more manifestation of a nature that is not of our nature. I have said this time and time again, and it's being rejected out of the mainstream media. I know I've got people that try to inject it. The mainstream media rejects all stories, anything of substance where love is concerned. You're not hearing that word. See, just the word love itself has this magical counter. It's not. We need another hands across the world moment. We need another opportunity for human aid. You see, but they've got us under this spell. You see, the beginnings of this spell, ladies and gentlemen, I began to notice it almost a decade ago. And then it really began to ratchet up about 6 years ago. And then they went into full blast overdrive about 2 years ago. And you can go back and look at this. Precept upon precept upon precept. Spell that is in its singularity. It can't be done in a simple ceremony. This type of spell takes sometimes decades. And again, once it's completed, we always pay the price for it. Always. And it's like this beast. I don't know if this is a cycle where this beast, whatever this thing must be fed. I don't know. But when you're planning and implementing an agenda that has the potentiality of killing billions of innocent human beings, that's not a slaughter, folks. That's a banquet. Someone of some kind, they're coming here. It's like there has been this galactic announcement, IHOP special pancakes, 99 cents. I mean, it's something like that. All you can eat, I don't know what the price of the ticket is to get in, but it's very apparently that the dinner bell seems to be ringing. And again, we're on the menu. And I think we have the answer. If the angels that we've studied are a mere aberration of man's imagination, we can use that. If there is, in fact, a hierarchy to evil, we can use that as well. The thing about it is that we do not have to choose sides here. I want to offer an option C. Choose our side. It's time that we start mastering these supposed gods, goddesses, angels, demons, succubuses, incubuses. I mean, had a chat with Lilith. And that's what she was trying. That's her story. We know they perverted it, polluted it. But Lilith's story, if you're looking for a Christ, a savior, Lilith would be your best bet to go with, not the dude that's part of the cabal. Maybe that's why those of us who've always been called rebels find such peace with a spirit called Lilith. It's an energy more than it is a spirit, but nevertheless, civilization has become a big hungry gorilla. The problem is we seem to be the one that it's coming at. But I'm telling you, if the laws, the 7 principles, right? First of all, the universe is mental. That's our first clue. So every God, Jehovah, Jesus, Muhammad, Kali, all of them are mere figments of man's imagination. We created them. Do they exist? I have no doubt they exist. We have the ability to create. If you've got children, you know that. And if you don't have children, you've created all your life as well. That's what's so unique about us, is that we can create. It's one of the things that I don't see so much in the animal kingdom. We bring that to that kingdom. But apparently, we need a shepherd because we're just sheep. Well, bullshit on that. I lived under that sick enslavement. How dare you call me a sheep? As far as a shepherd, doesn't a shepherd eventually lead you to the slaughter? Isn't that what a shepherd does? Keeps the flock until the culling? Right? I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know. But isn't that the idea of a shepherd? Oh, I know the story. David was a shepherd. David was a murderer too. An adulterer. You can get all into this stuff if you want to. That's part of the spell. Because it counteracts. Even when you become aware of what the spell is, you're dealing with all this residual, this previous knowledge. The idiom that says, forget everything you've learned and you become the wisest person around. Well, there's something to that. Think about it. And when I see some of the insanity taking place today, and I think to myself, that's not what the purpose of humanity was meant to be. We were not meant to be slaughtered. We were not meant to be the fodder of some kind of superior intelligence. That's all we've been. Well, what Christian, what religion are you? What political opinion of you? And or what's your social status? Yeah. And yet I don't see the teaching. We need more occult teaching. We need more of the book that I was going to be pulling up here, Tactical Survival Magic. I had to use that yesterday. That's why I knew it was not just a physical ailment. I don't get sick. And Even though it was tough at the time, I'm thankful for the lesson. I can't get stronger unless I am tested. That's how I look at it. There's no way for me to set a benchmark for my progression unless I'm tested. And tests, for the most part, are not usually a happy time. Unless you know the answers. Yeah, I think I got the answer on that one. Let's see. Twilight Traveler, how you doing? It's like the caste system of Hinduism. Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, and that's what sucks. We have a friend who is in transition to crossing over. And, you know, I deal with at least twice a week with individuals who are dying. I don't know what this, but anyway, when I write to them, and it takes me a while, and when I do write, it really drains me. But I thought about this. So here's an individual came into this world. The world that we came into is not the world today. Different values, different perceptions, different traits. And I was thinking, he worked 45 plus years of his life. And you know what that is, folks? That's part of this spell. They drain us. The prime of our life, when our energy is at the peak. Well, you have to have a job. Why? Why do I have to have a job? I have natural abilities. And I can build things with my hand. I can create things with my mind. My spirit is strong. No one's good enough to judge me. No God is qualified to judge me. I'm the only God that will judge me. And guess what? I ain't judging myself at all. I'm not a sinner. I'm not perfect, and I'm not imperfect. I am. But as we know, that doesn't go with the narrative. Why? Because the narrative is part of the spell. And look what they're doing now. And because we have devoided our species of the true knowledge, now we're a species adrift. Now, that's what sucks. Someone else is piloting the boat. Who the hell is the captain here? I mean, it's time for a mutiny. That's what I'm talking about. You know, enough of this. I do not believe that humanity wants to see 2 to 3 billion people perish in the next 3 to 5 years. I don't know why these world leaders want to go into war over resources. They don't own them. No country owns its resources. It's the earth's. We were meant to share, not put up borders, not put up boundaries, not to put ownership. I can hear some people say, well, that shit will never work, Wayne. You're right. Yeah, it will. It's just a matter of changing course. I mean, we've got to do something dramatically here. Mark Smith says, I'm ready to mutiny for the change or crossover. Sick of this planet, sick of the stupidity of men, sick of the money slave system, sick of being lonely. Mark, prove that, moderators. That's a good thing to show. You're amongst friends here, Mark. We're all of that same way. We can break out of this. But hear me. The Smiths know about us. They're well aware of us. And we're just one fractal of many other similar fractals. And the Smiths don't want us ever to bond. We begin to bond with one another, particularly of those of the occult mindset, the knowledge, yeah, we become a real big threat. Bam. Because we got to turn this around, folks. We have got to turn this around. There's no need for this coming dark winter. There's no need for this slaughter. There's no need for this pain, this hunger. No need of this, because humans are doing it. And if it's not humans doing it, then it is of a species that has taken human form that is doing it. You know, we don't have a test to see if you have a soul or not. Because if we ever invent that, and that's why I'm into ghost hunting, that's why in the paranormal, because we're going to eventually figure it out. There's enough smart people now in the field, we're going to figure it out. And I believe that we're getting on the precipice where we can begin to test an individual and know exactly what resides inside. And when that veil falls, yeah, that's when it gets real interesting. But listen to me. What's being created right now is being done by human agents. I don't know what side they're playing on. Obviously, they're not on our side. But we can change this. The phrase, nothing missing, nothing broken, being spoken over our species. The phrase, our species has favor. Those are the small things that begin. Every network starts with one tendril. We are a tendril amongst many others. We're not alone in this. This is what makes us the threat. We talk love. We talk unifying, open-mindedness. We accept all beliefs, all opinions. Why? Because it gives us a variety. I mean, I like chocolate. Hey, Rennie. But I also know chocolate has a plethora of different flavors. And some of those flavors I don't like. But nevertheless, you know. Well, Eric, you have to begin to realize that, brother, the only one that's afraid will be you. There is no spirit, no God, no goddess, no demon, no angel that can overrule you, that can control you, unless you allow them. If you've got fear, run into it. I've told you before, if you want to pass the fear test, put yourself in a closed room that has no windows, one door, and have someone lock that door. No light. No light gets in. Do the 30-minute test and see how well you come out on the other end. You might be surprised who comes visit you. Yeah. Hey, Chloe. Thanks, darling. Deep Woo says, I'm going to name my cat Palithra. I had a rabbit that was that way. Hey, Mary Wynn's good to see you. So, well, this has been lively. Yeah, it has been. Because I don't think we have to accept this. You know, I'm a person who calls up my representatives, Congress, senators. I mean, they know who I am. Their staff knows who I am. But, you know, there's a reason for that. Because as I've told them, they need to be aware that there's a new party coming to the party. And once all of us occultists get together, once we start forming our own party, not political, it's not religious, it's just a party. And the one guy told me, he says, I hope to never see that happen. I said, why? He says, because you people scare me. Very honest thing that that young man had to say. He's an intern. And I thought to myself after that conversation, you see, there's a mindset that says because the word occult was used, it triggers this fear response. It's something we have to overcome, folks. Paul Joe, you're absolutely right. Run into it headlong. When anxiety or anything comes upon you, run into it headlong. Bust it up. I had a spirit in here, and I'll tell you what. Talk to my wife. It was a knockout, drag out. Fuck those spirits. Any of them. They try to violate my will, my sovereignty. I am a spirit being. I've told many of them, when I cross over, I'm coming and I'm going to find you. And I'm going to drag you and I'm going to throw you into the abyss of the nothingness. You start using that type of language, they are like rats. They run. Okay, Mark, thank you, brother. All right, back at you. But we can do this, folks. I'm telling you, we can. You know, when the Republicans or a Democrat starts hearing about the occultist party, the libertarians start running. They start running over to the Democrats and the Republicans. The occultists. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. Those devils are coming out everywhere. Yeah, watch out. I'm tired of your devils. We're about to do some spiritual ass kicking is what we're about to do. Yeah, new sheriff in town, and we got a big posse. There we go. Mary, thank you, darling. Now, I'm going to try to do a show tomorrow. I won't be on Friday, and I won't be all next week. But the week after, watch out. We're going to get this. And keep emailing, keep meeting amongst yourselves. We can do this, folks. We are. The knowledge base of this group alone, I mean, what I would not give to have us all in a huge room. And then we start inviting our friends. I'm telling you, we get ourselves a schedule, we make out an agenda, and then we start into what I call heavy training. This group has changed and manifested weather. We've changed and manifested wealth. This group, many times speaking through me, has helped people transition to the other side. And many of them have left with peace. Many of them. It's you folks. You sharing that reward. All of you do. So, Julianne, how are you, Jules? Good to see you, my dear. I appreciate all of your gifts and talents in all the ways. So, excellent, Blanca. See, we can do this. Well, Belinda, I now know that you're listening. Much love to you, brother. That's all I got to say. I said love. All right. So, man, I'm fired up about this. I will not accept that this is our fate or our destiny. No. Our species may be broken. We may be a lot of things, but it's time for us to stop being part of that slaughter. We're bound for greatness. Our species will eventually evolve into something of more of a thought being. And I'm going to do everything I can to ensure that that's our fate. That's our destiny. Not the waste of so many beautiful minds. Yeah. Okay, folks. Much love to you. We are powerful. And I do believe that we are that change. I know we are. Okay. So smile, laugh, spread a little joy, make someone happy, and we'll start making this even grow Yeah, exactly. I like that. Yeah. I see that. That's what happens when you start moving 200 plus boxes. Holy crap. I don't need no gym. In fact, I'm thinking starting a new business where any person who wants to move, I'm going to form a workout club that where I will bring people that will actually come and move your boxes because it's a workout, you know? You get the cardio, you get the strength. I mean, you get, yeah, the repetition. I mean, it's all right there. I think I can make a freaking fortune on that. Hey, Lauren, how you doing, my dear? Good to see you, hon. All right, folks. So, hey, Lost in Space, right back at you. All right, so I will do everything. There's the number 29. Thank you again. Thank you for hitting the like button, and thank you for enriching my life. I owe all of you a gratitude. It's not a debt. It's just gratitude. So thank you. Right back at you. All right, folks. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Until then, smile. All right. Bye-bye. If I can find the button. See, he says, are you finding the button?